Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a first impressions and review on a drugstore foundation that I recently purchased. It is the NYX Total Control Drop Foundation in shade 8, which is True Beige. So if you guys want to see how the foundation applies and if I like the overall result, continue watching the video. Alright, so let's just jump right in. Okay, so now I wiped all the makeup off my face and I applied moisturizer and primer on. Alright, and the bottle looks like this. It is a drop bottle, 0.43 fluid ounces of product in here. It's just like this little dropper. So normally whenever I apply my makeup, I just use this foundation brush by Morphe. So I'm just going to go ahead and use that because that's what I normally do every single day. On the box it says that light coverage is 2 drops, medium coverage is 3 drops, and full coverage is 4 or more drops. And I'm not sure if they mean to like a certain area or if they mean on the brush. I don't know. So I think what I'm going to do is just go ahead and drop it on this brush and then apply it this way. Hopefully it doesn't just all absorb into my brush. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now I'm just going to take this and apply it to my face. It does look to be sort of streaky. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I feel like it's like, even though I'm like buffing it in, I still feel like I can see the bristles from my brush. And even though I don't normally use a beauty blender, I think I'm gonna use a beauty blender for this to see if it applies a little bit better. Even though that's not my everyday normal routine. If I need to use it, then I will. But let me go ahead and just kind of like buff this through and see if I can get through the streakiness. You can still see like the bumps on my face and they're not really like completely smoothed out. But let's apply the other side with a beauty blender and see how we like that result. So I have a damp beauty blender here. You guys can see the redness a lot on this side. I have this gigantic pimple that is just hanging on the side of my face right here, and a lot of spider veins and like micro pimples, I guess. It's almost that time of month. So yeah, I'm gonna put it on the back of my hand and then just, so here is the product. 1, 2, 3, 4. Super runny, like it's super runny. Super runny. It basically just dripped right down my hand as I put it on there, but I guess that's why it's a drop foundation. So I'm just gonna take this and kind of just scoop up that product and put it all over. Get the rest of it off of my hand and start blending this in. Can still see a lot of the redness on my face. I mean, granted, there was a lot. But I feel like it's hardly covered it up at all. I feel like it's going on a lot smoother than it did with the brush, like it's easily applied with the beauty blender. Maybe because it's so liquidy, it has an easier time being absorbed into this beauty blender and spread all over the face. So I feel like it has a better application when I'm doing it with the beauty blender. But I think the beauty blender is eating up all the product because look, now it's all seeped into the beauty blender. It's taken a lot of the color and it's just all sitting here. I think I'm gonna have to go in with a little bit more product. soaked up so much of this product. I had to put 8 drops, which would be enough for 2 faces. And you can still see how much product is in my beauty blender still. It's like now my beauty blender is a pretty like ombre color because it's like orange. But I think so much of the product is just sitting in here. I don't think that it has like that great coverage because I can still see a lot of my spider veins and these little small bumps, and of course this massive pimple here, but I'm not sure what's gonna cover that up. I feel like I can still see a lot on this side, and I feel like it enhances the textures on my face. So I'm kind of disappointed by the amount of coverage that it has. I didn't like the way that it applied with the brush, and I just feel like I used way too much product, way more than I liked. The price point being $14, I am not a fan of. It is NYX, it is a drugstore brand, and it's pretty expensive for just a drugstore brand foundation. I feel like you could get some really great product for way less than $14 at the drugstore that does a way better job and has a way better finish. I feel like this is supposed to be like a velvety matte type finish, and I just feel like it's not smooth at all. I feel like you can see all the textures. It's not working well with my pores and the blemishes on my face. It's kind of like sinking in and enhancing what's already on my face, which for me, when I use foundation, I want it to do basically the opposite. I want it to smooth it out and make it look like, you know, just not this. So let me go put on the rest of my face to see how everything settles in. Okay, so this is my face with the rest of my makeup applied. I basically just went in and added a little bit of contour here, and then I under eye concealed and blush and highlighter on, and it looks a little bit smoother. I feel like every time I add the blushes that I use, it kind of like puts this like sateen finish on my face along with the highlighter. I feel like it does a really good job with that. So I feel like it gives my face like a better finish than with just the foundation on. But like I said, I can still see the redness and the bumps and the imperfections coming through. So I don't think that I'm a huge fan of this foundation, especially being a drugstore foundation for $14. I feel like it could have a way better finish, could sit on my face a lot better. I feel like it's just kind of calling out my imperfections a little bit too much right here, and so I just feel like it doesn't do a good enough job and provide that like finished look that I like. So I probably will not be using this foundation ever again, just a personal preference. But if you guys have tried it and you actually really like it, or you feel the same way, let me know, because maybe I'm just applying it the wrong way, or I'm using it incorrectly, or I'm not using enough, I'm using too much. Like, let me know what you guys think, because so far this foundation has been a no for me.